The Imperial city in Hue is an impressive complex enclosed by walls which contain many historical buildings, gates, temples, courts, gardens, pagodas, and private enclosures.
Smile, Michael.
I'm smiling. Oh, I think I'm smiling. 94 degrees.
There were 94 degrees that morning. The Imperial city is one of the top attractions in Hue, and our professional guide helped us to understand the significance of these buildings, ornaments and symbols. The complex allowed us to understand the connections between emperor, army and mandarin. The Imperial city is a historical monument recognized as UNESCO site since 1993. Most of its structures were built between 1805 and 1832, and once were home to the Nguyen emperors and royal families. From 1802 to 1945, Vietnam was ruled by Nguyen dynasty, a very powerful family who had its capital in the city of Hue for more than 100 years. They would become the last ruling family in Vietnam since the emperor abdicated in 1945 in favor of the new communist government being set up in Hanoi under Ho Chi Minh.
This is not a telephone box. It has inside a unicorn representing sincerity and devotion to the emperor.
This sprawling complex in Hue was where the emperors would have lived and conducted all their business. There was even a part of the citadel known as the Forbidden Purple City, which, much like China's Forbidden City, was reserved for only the most important people in Vietnam. The Imperial city today is just a shadow of what it once was. The walls, gates, temples, pavilions were damaged first during skirmishes with the French in 1947, and then most of what was left was destroyed by American forces during the American-Vietnam War in 1968.
This is a hospital built by the emperor for his mother.
We still could see some of the imposing city gates and walls, some restored halls, the theatre for example, and the ancient moat that's fed by the Perfume River. The flag of modern United Communist Vietnam is visible for miles around up and down the Perfume River, and it now flies on a massive tower on the royal citadel.
This is the oldest theatre in Vietnam. It was built in 1826 and it's the Royal Theatre.
About 160 buildings once stood inside of the citadel's walls. Less than a dozen survived the Battle of Hue. What's left of the citadel is impressive, but it's clearly but a shadow of what it once was. Even so, it took us a full day to visit this impressive historical complex, one of the most significant landmarks of Vietnam.